It's nearly Christmas and players have started talking about Dandy's World being an alpha and whether after Christmas we might even get a release date, maybe around spring or even before that. This Redditor said, will our progress in the alpha carry over to the main game once it's finished? This is an amazing question. I haven't even thought of that. I'm sure many players haven't even thought of that either. Whether or not the dev team will decide to do a reset once Dandy's World goes into full release. So the main concerns are tunes owned. Is that going to be reset? Is everybody going to be greeted with the starter menu on a choice whether to pick Poppy or Boxton when Dandy's World goes into full release? As you know, we've had 3 events: Easter event, Halloween event, and Christmas event. And people have spent a lot of time acquiring those limited tunes. What will happen? Also, what will happen to the high floors? Will the furthest floor be reset to 0? Let's say that people keep their game passes, but the tunes get reset. A lot of players have bought iCall just to buy tunes, so there could be some complications there if everything gets reset. A lot of players will be a bit unhappy if that happens, which makes me believe that a reset won't happen because a lot of people have spent Robux on this game, on purchasing iCall to buy tunes and stickers. So the question this Redditor had was, will our progress in the alpha carry over to the main game once it's finished? This Redditor replied saying, obviously, I don't see why they would data wipe and that would anger the entire community. I completely agree with this because, as I said, people have spent Robux on iCall. So if your tunes get reset to 0, there would be a lot of unhappy players. This Redditor said probably, but it'd be really funny if it wasn't raised so they can get people to grind for longer. There is nothing to the gameplay outside of grinding. This Redditor is saying it's a possibility for the dev team to reset everything in Dandy's World to give the players something extra to do. That would be really interesting to see happen, everything being reset and everybody starting as a starter tune. Just like when the game started out, everybody was new, everybody was a noob. This Redditor said usually how alpha games work, but if they keep the grind as aggressive and non-casual as it is, which grinding literally just is the game, currently after a wipe, I have a hard time imagining its player count being comparable to what it is now. So this Redditor is saying, because Dandy's World is so grindy and people have spent hundreds of hours acquiring all of their iCall and mastering the tunes as well, all of those vintages that people have spent so much time on, if all of that gets wiped away, this Redditor is saying Dandy's World's player count will plummet because those players just won't have the energy to grind all over again.